Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no. I'm not going to do that because what I realized, what that caused back then was something that tears me up in my guts back then and now, which is division.
So it looks like The Rock has begun to walk back his endorsement of Joe Biden. Why is this important? Well, this is massively important because when The Rock endorsed Joe Biden in the last election, I mean, it was massive. It was huge, sent huge waves. I know personally a lot of people that unfollowed him because of it. I know a lot of people that followed him because of that endorsement. It was obviously massive. And I remember him actually saying that after he made his post, his socials grew exponentially, right? Like he became the most followed person in the world or something like that around that time period. Now, the reason I bring this up is because we're seeing more and more black and brown public figures starting to talk a little bit more conservative. They're starting to do things that we wouldn't normally see. And I bring this up because I think it's important for people to realize we're waking up. I mean, that's just the facts. People are waking up and realizing that Joe Biden and the Democrat Party is not the party that's truly for us. And I think it's important for us to understand that just because a culture tells you this is what you're supposed to vote for, that doesn't mean that that's what's right for you. You know, I have a lot of friends and family that suggest to me when I get sick, they still suggest to me to get a can of Campbell's soup, some saltine crackers, and some mineral water or some Sprite rather. And they think that's like giving good advice. You see, something could be well-intentioned, but it could also be wrong. Look, Democrats like to pull on the heartstrings and they like to pull on the disenfranchised. They like to pull on people that are marginalized and they like to do all these sort of things. And I would say, after doing a ton of research, that they are actually the ones that are causing the divide. They're the ones that are causing so much friction in our country because they're the ones that keep bringing up the black and brown thing. They're the ones that keep bringing up the white demons, the white people in charge, they're the ones doing that. You don't hear Republicans doing that. You don't hear anybody on the other side of the fence doing that. And so it appears to me that we're starting to have some voices that are big celebrities that are coming forward and now starting to talk more conservative. Recently, I've seen The Rock basically say that he regrets endorsing Joe Biden. You have people like the Breakfast Club, who I stopped listening to well over a year ago because I just started to figure out these people are nuts. They're not really wanting to hear the other side of the story. But then a tide began to change. And they started bringing on people like Vivek, and they started bringing on people like Candace. And they gave them a platform to be able to argue their point. And so I started to tune in again. And now I'm starting to hear Charlemagne, which is one of the main people that I was like, this dude is just spitting out rhetoric that is just idiotic. Now I'm starting to see him talk more conservative.
These right-wingers are crazy, right? Jesus. But here's the part where you all stop applauding everything I say. The truth about DEI is that although it's well-intentioned, it's mostly garbage. Okay? It's kind of like the Black Little Mermaid. Just because racists hate it doesn't mean it's good. And you know I'm right, because every one of you has sat through one of those diversity training sessions and thought, this is some bullshit. And it's not just you. Over 900 studies have shown that DEI programs don't make the workplace better for minorities. In fact, it can actually make things worse because of the backlash effect.
You see people like Fat Joe, who is 100% Democrat, showing the fact that he obtained Trump shoes, saying he is not a Trumper, making it very clear, but still putting out the fact that he still wanted those Trump shoes. So what we're seeing is we're seeing a shift in people who are not happy about what's going on under the Biden administration. You are seeing people that are totally going from the left all the way to the right. And they're starting to wake up, and they're starting to wake up in numbers. So my suggestion to you is what? My suggestion is that you take all this information, go search out your own information and figure out, as a Christian person, can you stand by what Biden is doing? Can you stand by the fact that he went and proclaimed Easter and linked it up with the Transgender Day, the recognition of transgenders, right? I understand that they had history. That date was going to be it no matter what. But to highlight it in the way that he did goes against everything that the day actually stands for. So you tell me, as a Christian, are you okay with voting on a side that continues to diminish Christian values, that continues to be, in a lot of ways, just crazy in the way that they're thinking and that they're promoting things, all in the name of inclusion, handing out trophies to everybody, driving in tons of immigrants, undocumented, handing them cash, putting them in hotels, treating them better than what are our people, the people from this nation, the people that are Americans, treating them better than those people, kicking Americans out on the street and saying, fend for yourself, we're going to take care of these immigrants. I have people that are tied directly to me that came over illegally. I would not promote it. I would not say that that was right. I would not say like the amount of immigrants that we have coming in is okay. We no longer are buying into the lie that Biden and the administration has sold us. We're done. It's time to wake up. Go figure out, okay, I have these policies on this side, these policies on this side. As a Christian, and I'm speaking to Christians right now, as a Christian, how can I vote for this, or how can I vote for this and still keep my faith? Listen, at the end of the day, the decision is absolutely yours. It's not for me to say who you should vote for. It's not for anybody else to say who you should vote for. What I'm saying is start to do your homework. What I'm saying is start to go and figure out, have you been sold a bill of lies? Because if you have, it may be time to sway, just like we're seeing all of these other people in the news, these actors, these prominent people turning to the other side. This is Coach C. We'll see you soon.